So everyone, I totally just had a Zoom moment. I was doing some behind the scenes recording of me stitching so I could speed it up and just kind of make promos and whatnot. So I muted my microphone and I just had started off my stream talking to no one because I was muted. I've upgraded my setup a little bit and I'm learning that I might need to move my stream studio upstairs to where I have a little bit more room. Not too keen on that, so I'll try to figure stuff out. But I have had a very interesting and busy morning. I have inundated TikTok with all kinds of fun videos. I'm Raw Creature on TikTok too, so I cornered the market on the name. Yeah, so I've been doing a little bit of work on Buffalo Woman here. I now stream 4 nights a week. I'm pretty happy with it. Each night has a different kind of project. Like each project is a different type of cloth. It is a different count. It is a different type of cross stitch. Like I'm actually kind of impressed with like the range I'm showing off right now. It's a weird thing to like kind of pinpoint and put into place, but I'm really having streaming issues. My block is red, so I apologize if I'm coming off as crappy. So as soon as I notice it, it starts becoming in the good range. So I don't know where that's at. So I want to welcome everyone. It's a very nice Sunday. It's not too cold here in the grand state of Maine. It is. Well, it's snowy, but you know, it's February. Oh my goodness. Buffalo Woman is today's project. Tomorrow is Mira Monday. With my Bliss Fairy. She's on linen. And on Tuesday I have a lap quilt that I'm working on. Amazingly, I haven't done really like any downtime cross stitching. I worked on Buffalo Woman yesterday because I wanted to show at least a little bit of progress from last week. And I ended up breaking my own personal daily record, but that's because it was all block color. Like I've gotten to the point where I have very little left to do on this row, so it's mostly just huge blocks of color in random places, and almost the entirety, like the next row has a little bit of confetti because it's the remainder of her dress, but a lot of the confetti disappears, and it's just going to be a lot of smoke and fog, and the last 50% of this project will probably go a lot faster. Yeah, today's word is I have no idea why. My public speaking teachers would be swatting me or laughing or zzing me. That was a fun game when you were in public speaking class and you were given a random topic to talk about, and you aren't allowed to use filler words like because, but, why. And I got really good at that game. I can actively take out of the equation. It can be a challenge some days though. But I want people to tune in. This is the only day that I broadcast to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Nothing against YouTube or Facebook, but Twitch is a lot nicer to streamers. They have, they have nice steady standards. Their video isn't a pain in the ass, and with Facebook, at least, I'm not clogging up my personal Facebook account with all of my streaming stuff. It's more of a professional turn on a Facebook account, so I try not to clog it too much with stuff. Yeah, so my thought train crashed. Yeah, it went down the pooper. So I'm going to shush, and I'm going to cross stitch. Please comment, have fun, chat. If you're lurking and you just like watching me cross stitch and you're sitting behind your screen going, shh, Sarah, cross stitch. I hear you. I'm gonna get to it. Today's color, well, there's going to be multiple colors because As I'm coming to the end of the page, I'm running out of colors to run. So if I actually finish the page today, which highly unlikely, I could get super close, and but the next time you see her, she could be rolled up and we could be on the next row. But today's color is 826. It's, let's see, it is a shade of blue. Come on now. You can see the finished product down there. It's a shade of blue that we will be using to fill in a very large hole. And after that, we will move on to another shade of blue because we're working on foggy, misty stuff. Like, for example, for the blending, like how phenomenal Heaven and Earth Designs is for blending. Is this right here is actually 3 different colors. They're not even the same, like, set of numbers, like 901, 902, 903, I think are all, I'm just pulling this out of thin air. Because I went to the store today to buy string before the stream because I ran out of string. I ran out of the colors I needed. So I saw 800, which is a light blue color. And then 801 is brown. And then 802 is a darker blue color. And 803 is even darker than 802. And just 801 is just brown. So colors don't make sense. Sometimes they don't always work out. But they didn't have any 803. So I'm certainly glad that I don't need it on the remaining row. I will need it down when I start the next row. But hopefully by then I can hit up a couple more craft stores and get the colors that I need. I know crafters out there are feeling my pain. They don't have the one thing that I need. Okay, so on to the therapeutic stabbing of things. My dogs aren't impressed with my voices. Today's going to be a really easy day since most of the colors that I have are after I get the establishing row, like I'm doing right now. I just have to fill in all the blocks, which I love because I don't have to look at the pattern. I just do the establishing row to close it all in, and then I just go to town. Also, I really like my new microphone because it doesn't pick up my fish tank. It doesn't pick up the echo off the music I'm playing on the TV. And it's not really a new microphone. I just got unlazy and I moved it downstairs for better use. And while it is all up in my business, let me tell you something. My studio space is very cramped right now. I have 3 of the 4 projects I'm working on in my area. I have the 2 cameras. This is also my at-home locale where I sit and I play computer games, or I sit on Discord, and I do my normal non-professional things. I'm not really saying this is professional because come on now. Someday it's a pipe dream. That would be a pipe dream. People paying me to sit and cross stitch while they watch. That would be amazing because I could do that for hours. I would need breaks though because I do things like go to the bathroom, and in the winter at least I need to feed the wood stove. But That is not the point of this stream. I don't want anyone to ever think that. If I ever started um, getting subscribers and whatnot, and there was any sort of roll in, it would be rolling right back out to local charities in my home city. That's not to say that it couldn't grow bigger, but I would like to start local and move it on up. I like working. I like working amazingly enough, and I don't think I'd ever stop having like an 8-hour job unless all of a sudden like I became a millionaire, and then I'd sit and I'd cross stitch and all donations would still go to local charities. Oh, that reminds me. So, about a month ago now, I think I finished it before Christmas. I forget. It was either just after Christmas or just before Christmas. No, it was after. That I finished a baby quilt that had Noah's Ark, and I reached out to a local women's shelter, and I said, hey, yo, I want to donate this. I think it would be awesome, and it might help you fundraise. It might help you, if you want to donate it to someone. I'm like, I just don't have any babies, and no babies, and I don't know of any of my relatives who have babies. So I offered it up to a women's shelter, and they accepted. I still need to. I'm not a seamstress as much as I sew. Well, as much as I cross stitch, I don't know how to sew. So I need to figure out how to. I'm thinking about getting iron on and seaming it up, and then just doing a straight stitch to secure it. No fancy stitches out of me. And just to get a nice little backing on it. And that's all it needs at this point, is to have backing on it, just to cover the stitches. I'm not insulating it or anything like that. Like the lap quilt that I'm working on, that will be sent down to the owner, who is a seamstress, and a beautiful seamstress at that. And she can finish it out how she wants, because I suck at sewing, and I would ruin it. And it's okay, like, if you're not good at something, owning up to it is like the first big step. So going into the craft store today to get string that I needed, I sat and I thought, and I'm like, I showed this aspect of my life. I am technically a master of cross stitch. I have sunk more than 10,000 hours into the art of cross stitch. I have done many different projects. I have worked on many different fabrics. I think the only thing I haven't done is clothing with waste canvas, and that's not a statement of waste canvas, as I just have never had anyone ask for it. And that's what that boils down to, is people have asked me, oh, hey, can you do this? Oh, hey, can you do that? Absolutely. Cross stitch ever finds itself to my door, it will happen. And even the ones that I have been sent, they are on the list. And with my stream, I actually am getting more cross stitch done than I suspected. So who knows? But in my craft store story, I sit and something that is very, very common with individuals with ADHD is that they like to hyper-focus, and they learn many, many different things, and then they get bored, or if they're not instantly good at it, they get frustrated and wander off. I want people to know, with me, that is absolutely true. Just because you guys see my cross-stitch and I've managed to stick with my cross-stitch for 25 some odd years, that doesn't mean I've never been frustrated with it. That doesn't mean that I don't know how to do other crafts. I'm really good at fixing things. I do it-yourself on my house. I've almost reassembled most of my house, and fixed it from the frame in. I need to work on the frame out. Like, that's my next big project is re-insulating and siding. That's going to be a fun one. I didn't do my roof. I paid to have my roof done because my house's peak is 30 feet in the air off a cliff. And no, just no. No. I don't think I can say no enough. I'm not a huge fan of being up high. Uh, I get, and it's not the being up high, it's not the heights. It's if I catch the drop and how high up I am at the same time, I get scared. And it happens when I watch videos. It happens when I'm securely, the Boston Museum of Science. There's a beautiful view out to Boston Harbor on the second floor of the Boston Museum of Science that goes down to the basement that you can see, like the platform has a glass railing so kids can see and be safe. But the view drops down to the basement. And if I catch that just right, I am terrified. I know exactly where it comes from. When I want to say 10 or 11, my family used to go to, and I'm feeling awfully chatty today, so I'm going to cross stitch, and because it's fill in, I can cross stitch and chat and not have an issue, and because my microphone doesn't catch all the crappy background noise, it is kind of an awesome day for me to be chatty. But, so I was 10 or 11, and my family was pretty awesome. On April vacation, we used to go down to Washington, D.C., taking a little pit stop, sometimes in New York City, New Jersey, Philly, just to check out, do the sightseeing and to take a little break because we were living in Kittery at the time. So from Kittery, Maine to Washington, D.C. was about a 10-hour car ride. So I was 10, my sister was 6, and it was a long car ride for my parents. I feel for them, and I'm still not good in long car rides. And I'm almost 40, so it wasn't being a little kid thing. I'm just awful in long car rides. But we were going to see the Statue of Liberty, so we went to Ellis Island, and we did all that, and it was so amazing. I want to do it again, but it's very expensive. I didn't realize, that's something as an adult I didn't realize growing up, as how much some of these vacations cost. And while my dad's very, very thrifty, that some of these vacations were not necessarily a cheap adventure. And I learned so much from each and every one of them that we went on, and I had so much fun that it just makes me more appreciative of what my parents did. So, Statue of Liberty. As you can imagine, Statue of Liberty had a lot of people wanting to go up and see the view. Now, what they don't tell you about the Statue of Liberty, and mind you, this is the mid-90s. I'm an old lady. This is the mid-90s. So, going up the Statue of Liberty, she's hollow. As I'm sure, and I hope most people recognize that. She's hollow. She has a spiral staircase going up her center. And it is a very narrow spiral staircase. It has the railings, but you could easily pick someone up and huck them off the side of the staircase, and there is really no safety net going down, and it is terrifying. So there's a huge, huge crowd of people just pushing and shoving and trying to take every inch going up the stairs. It's windy in New York Harbor, because it's April, and the Statue of Liberty is swaying as we're going up these stairs. Now, it's not a major sway. The stairway, I felt pretty safe in being there. But at her visor, and this is the thing I don't think most people know, at her visor, she has a platform that has, a little dinky, if you've ever, a deck railing, and again, mid-90s, not say, it had all the safety standards, but it wasn't cast iron. A small child not paying attention could easily slide down, and that would be the end of it if their parent wasn't paying attention. So I'm at the top of the Statue of Liberty. She's swaying in the wind. And at the top of the statue, it's very noticeable. And my dad's trying to get pictures, and he asks us to take pictures and smile, and I'm sure he has them somewhere. But there was this crew of people just trying to push me off, and they pushed me out of the way, and I hit the railing, and that was it. I was done, and I started crying, and I needed to get down because I was scared of falling. And yeah, then my hand got stepped on, and it was all kinds of awful. Very traumatic experience. I never want to go up the Statue of Liberty again. I will sit and wait while my husband goes up the Statue of Liberty. He can do whatever he wants. I will sit at the bottom, and I'll figure out something to do. I'll find a random person to talk to. But yeah, that is my Statue of Liberty story, and why I'm scared of heights. Oh my goodness. And I just did my first block of color. Woo! I'm gonna scribble it out with my trusty pattern keeper. Yep, all these little inside blanks here are all one color. Ooh. Oh, excuse me. Oh, coffee burps. But yeah, so I've been working on my platform, and I've been working relatively hard on gaining comfort and knowledge and enjoying doing this. Now I love. Oh, and I should make mention my music of the day is Mozart. I apologize if they're ads. I'm just streaming through YouTube. The ambient royalty-free music I find, while there's nothing wrong with it, I don't have the attention span to sit and prep for hours beforehand. And I know in a perfect world and in my brain where I did not get distracted by every shiny thing that walks across my screen, I would do proper show prep. But that's not how my brain works. And sometimes my squirrel lets me do a little bit of brain prep. And I think playing Mozart is probably my bare minimum brain prep, because Mozart is over 70 years old. At least his music is, and it is now public domain. For you new and blossoming streamers, anything over 70 years old and that is not still, that hasn't had its copyright renewed or can't, such as the greats as Mozart, Beethoven, Bach, the gentleman who wrote the Sleeping Beauty suite, Russian last name, I apologize. I've read it. I can recognize it if I read it. Pronunciation is crap. But they're all free domain, and I do enjoy some of their symphonies. Some of them I didn't realize that it was them, but yeah, symphonic music, as long as it's over 70 years old, free to use. My brain's spacing. Apologies. Okay, that's what we're doing. Oh, and I was also talking about how I do other crafts. I do. I have a lot of other crafts that I do. I just find that with my cross stitch, I can show the world a different side of myself and my outside persona. I am very, very energetic, which is hilarious if you stop and you get to know me, because and I spend a lot of time before bed on TikTok just watching random videos, and I fully enjoy ADHD TikTok because there are so many people who their brain songs sing to me, and I love it. And there are some people who have both ADHD and autism, and their brain song sings to me too. it is just a longer process for me to get a clinical diagnosis. I'm working on that, but that's down the path. So I was watching a video, and this lovely person was describing two dogs. One dog is a golden retriever, super outgoing, super friendly, wants to know all the things, wants to sniff all the sniffs, meet all the people, have great conversations, and truly get to know everyone, no matter what. And the second dog is a terrified Chihuahua who is like 15 years old, and all they want to do is lay in their bed and do the things that they know how to do. And I'm paraphrasing it and embellishing. But, so, you have these two dogs and they're roped together. Your ADHD is your golden retriever. They want to get to know everybody. They want to be outgoing, bouncy, friendly, and that is 100% me. But there's also the scared old Chihuahua that just wants to sit at home, do the things that I know that I like to do, have the quiet, have the peace, have the routine, and have time that only have people around that know who I am and how I function. That is the 15-year-old scared Chihuahua, and they are at a constant battle all the time. So we've reached a compromise in my brain, at least for those things. We're not going to talk about the anxiety chicken. Anxiety chicken likes to just Anxiety chicken likes to poke both the golden retriever and the Chihuahua, but luckily Anxiety chicken and I have had a nice conversation, and it is a work in progress. But the two canines in my brain, we are working on a relationship. I have set times, and I have set up situations where I am bouncy and I am perky and I am outgoing and happy. We're all cool with these times. Everybody rattling around in my brain agrees with these times. It's all good. And then when it's not those times, the Chihuahua gets to take over. I get to stim. I get to be calm. Oh, cross stitch is kind of a stim. So today's a compromise day where yes, I have a potentially wide audience. Again, my counters are all broken, so if you're watching and you're listening, or even if you've muted me, I can't see one way or the other. My counters are broken. I get the Discord pity watch is what I like to call it. But this is a form of stim. When I get stressed out, that's why I have a cross stitch upstairs at work. Is when I start getting stressed, I just stim. But let's see, what the hell is going on there? Okay. But for the internet, like many people have told me that they miss me and they want to connect and they want to talk with me. That's great. I miss those individual people, and I miss people having conversations with me. But at the same time, this is how I'm most able to satisfy the needs of many. Is I sit here, I cross stitch, I calm myself, I keep myself calm, and I hold a conversation. Whether or not someone is here or not, that's cool. I'm cool with that. My hopes are that someone will watch it later on and they'll be like, oh yeah, Sarah's doing great. That sometimes needs to happen. This is one of the times where the golden retriever gets to take over, and the Chihuahua gets to stim itself into peace by doing the cross stitch. Let's see if I can actually reach that. I cannot. And some days I just don't have the spoons to reach out to everyone that I might be caring about. It's nothing against an individual if I don't reach out to you. Rest assured, if we have a relationship, even if it's a quiet, questionable one, I'm thinking of you. I want you to do the best you can do for wherever you are. And I know that sounds complicated and very passive aggressive. Um, but not everyone can achieve the same things in the current position that they are in. Like, I am currently able to sit here and not have to, I don't have to work today. Um, there was once a time where I would need the overtime. I would need to be working on Sunday in order to pay my bills. I've gotten out of that point, mostly. But everyone needs to do the best that they can do at the point in which they are in their lives. Does that mean that they're going to stay where they are forever? No. But they might have to stop and take a break and take a breather. And as long as you guys don't quit, I got your back. I'll help you till the ends of the earth. And I'll be a cheerleader. Just as long as you don't give up. Because giving up, and you can sit and rest for years. Trust me, I did it. Sit, not doing anything, not accomplishing anything. Did it for years. But then I decided to move forward. And it wasn't easy. But I've been doing it. Oops. This rogue 3 stitches out here. I'll get them all in line, and then I will go back to my giant block of color. Yeah, one of the colors I had to buy today was filament. Now, anyone who has ever hung out on this stream for any amount of time knows how much I hate filament. And, well, having to buy it is just kind of like a kick in the teeth. I'm like, really? I'm not done with you yet? And I bought 2 because I still have 901 stitches of it left in this entire piece. And who knows? Who knows how much I'm actually going to need? I might actually get to 55% today. That would be amazing. And I have you guys to thank because, honestly, having this stream has really motivated me. Even when I know that I'm only getting the Discord pity watch, I know I go back and I look and I see that people have viewed it. Maybe not in its entirety, but just seeing that I have a couple of views here and there, it brings me real joy. And I wanna be able to bring that joy to you guys. have to say something. I've gone into the red, so I have to make mention of it. Because that's how it goes back up into green. I don't know why it's deciding to do this, but that's another reason that I like just going on Twitch is I don't have the weird latency bounces. Okay, so I'm having some awful latency. I am going to be turning off Facebook. So if you, I'm gonna turn off Facebook and see if that fixes it. If not, then YouTube's going down because I don't have any of these issues when I'm doing Twitch. So Facebook's going down. Sorry, Facebook. Okay, so Facebook turned off. It immediately went to green. So I'm gonna have to make the big choice that Facebook doesn't get to broadcast my stream, and there's a good chance that it's because I'm playing Mozart that they've had to censor me, which is huge. That's a huge frustration point. But staying on YouTube and Twitch, we seem to have evened out a little bit. So. Actually, let me see what oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Okay, let's see if it's complained to me. Go over to my Facebook. Okay. It did. Let's see. 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Oh, apparently, because the symphony who played it was live, they had to do that. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see. We're gonna just remove the video. We're deleting the video. Let's see. Because in the description of the video, and this is real life stuff happening. In the description of the video, it does say that it's safe for streaming. So, but it's Universal Music Group, so Twitch has a deal with them, and so does YouTube. So, yeah, that's gonna happen. Okay, so Facebook is no longer getting my stream. So those of you who might watch this later on in the day, um, that's where we're at. Facebook is is losing street cred in my mind, but I do 100% prefer Twitch over all of them. Okay, back to my party. No, that's not what I want. I closed the program that I needed to that I needed to do. That's the tricky thing about copyright, because even though Mozart is royalty-free music, if the orchestra who is playing it has signed a contract with, say, in this example, which is hilarious because my other two platforms are licensed with them, Universal Music Group, it is considered copyright and you are violating it. I don't make the rules, I just roll my eyes at them. Yay, media law! It's like literally the only college class that I can whip out and be like, yo, what's up with this? Now, if I had my own orchestra or whatnot, this wouldn't be an issue. Really? Really? No, I will knock YouTube off the face of... Not YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. I will knock YouTube off the face of this earth, too. I started out only broadcasting to Twitch, and I was mildly motivated to allow other streaming platforms to broaden my base audience. And while YouTube doesn't pull my videos down if it has copyrighted material, I just can't earn money off of them, which, as I'm sure anyone watching this, past, present, or future, prostituting on camera doesn't really pay the bills. This is a fun sport for me. So I love watching it all get filled in as I do these blocks. Like this color is the next color I'm going to be doing. It's a different color than what I'm using, but that wide open area has been driving me bananas for a few weeks now, and now that I'm closing in on colors, that one just happens to be a really big block area that also goes down into other parts that I couldn't reach when I first started being annoyed by that empty space. I haven't played Thread Chicken yet today. I'm gonna. At some point. I'm not sure if Thread Chicken is worth the stitches that I'm doing right now. because I'm nowhere near done this block of color. There we go, we're back in the green. Let's see what YouTube is. I love having my phone here because I manage my stream a good chunk from my phone. But that's not what I wanted. I needed the Google tab. I make up songs as I go too. It's a very musical stream. What's going on in my chat? I am live. Woohoo. What's going on here? Oh. I do enjoy looking at the analytics of the channel. Those make me laugh sometimes. Okay. Going back because I have to change string out. Yeah. Yeah, so I lost my pretty thread scissors. I don't know where they went. I had them and I used them, and then they disappeared. So I'm kind of upset by that. And hopefully in my adventures today, I will find them again. Because no one needs cranky me. And if I don't have my right tools, I get cranky. And that's what it's all about. Now, those of you still watching, we need to make some memes about how cross-stitching is inappropriate to Facebook. And I know, in reality, it is Mozart that's inappropriate to Facebook. But, yeah, we need to roll with that. Oh, yes, and happy Foosball Sunday. I do actually love the Super Bowl. I like the commercials. I do know how to play football, and I know the basic rules and whatever. It's just meh. I know that lots and lots of people enjoy it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I enjoy stabbing things hundreds of thousands of times with an embroidery needle, so I have no place to be judgy here. And yeah, I just want to throw it out to math geeks who might tune in or who might be already watching. So, this cross stitch has 206,000 stitches, give or take a couple thousand here or there, because I have made monstrous mistakes in this cross stitch. So I have had to compensate and cut out stitches, and while I cross them out on the pattern, and the pattern says 206,000 stitches, I'm not 100% sure that is the right number that I have actually stitched, or whatever number I currently am at. I'm at close to 113,000 stitches. But, oops. There we go. But I have each cross, I have to stab, well, I have to, no, is it 4 times? Let's see, that wasn't up, so I don't know if that counts as a stab, but there's one stab here. So, okay, so each cross has two downward stabs, which I count as stabs, but they have two upward stabs. So let's say four stabs. So yeah, one in each corner at 206,000. So that's how many times I have to stab something, and it's pretty cool. And I do look at my chat, so if you say something, there might be a little bit of a delay. I'm in the green, so hopefully it's not a awful long delay, but it happens. Mm-hmm. Let's see, is that it? Like these little rogue holes, I gotta make sure that they're the color I'm working on, because sometimes they're not. This is actually a prime example of what a confetti stitch could be. It's just most of the time it's the color that I want it to work on, or that I want to work on. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just some random ass color that is the only spot in this entire page that color exists. And those are frustrating. But I just make sure that I'm careful with the stitch. Hyperfocus activate. noon, I'm gonna take a short break so I can post my stream, a couple of my channels that I forgot to when I first turned on the stream, because I was super excited to be here and I forgot to actually advertise my stream. And yeah, that happens sometimes. I do my best advertising. I advertise the best on TikTok, but they don't really allow it, so it's always kind of funny. Woo! I think I'm gonna get this block of color done. Then I'll take a short break to get something to drink, and I will be right back. But not till I have this short line. This little line. I'm gonna let it shine. Okay, short break. I will be right back, my friend. I'm back. Did you miss me? I'm fighting with getting string off the needle right now. We are almost done with the with 826. So then I get to pick another color. That's gonna be fun. Still kind of irked at Facebook because that was honestly where a good chunk of my family was able to watch. But you live, you learn, and then you get Twitch. And YouTube. YouTube is a great archive. They sometimes are kind of fussy about what you're using, but they don't delete your videos like Twitch. So, that is why I use YouTube. And if I need to delete my older videos, I absolutely will. But Twitch keeps them on for like a month until you're cool, and then you can keep them for longer. But I'm not cool yet. I need your help to be cool. Lurkers, if you're not here, please hit the follow button. Or even venture here. I do put a lot of free stuff on. I don't have enough of a following yet. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't have enough following yet to post all kinds of big secrets. I do post things that are for subscribers only. I have great prices for my subscriptions. $1, just support me. You know, I could even get 16 followers. I could upgrade my stream a little bit. That would be awesome. But I also have a $3 a month follow that would let you help me pick out projects. I predict I will zoom through at least a lot of the smaller projects that I'm working on with your encouragement, and that means so much to me. And I have a filing cabinet full of CrossFit. So some days there's going to be votes being put out that's like, hey yo, what should I do next? And I do have what I consider a pricey one for what I do. It's a $15 a month one. And the big bonus in the $15 a month one is your name would go into a running to get one of my projects. I'm not talking like White Buffalo Woman and the Bliss Fairy and the Lap Quilt are both gifts. So those ones are out of the running. But if I'm ever working on a project that potentially could be in the running, because I have a pile of finished projects that just haven't gone anywhere yet. They haven't found the right person yet. Those are the kinds of things that go into the running for that $15 a month subscription. So, just keep it out there. It does mean a lot to have support. I mean, followers on Twitch are fantastic. If I can get to 50 followers, I can upgrade my stream. At least that way. It's easier for me to get $16 a month to upgrade it in other areas than it is for me to get 50 followers, it seems, but I'm almost halfway there. I have 22 followers. So, I need a few more. But 50. 50 is the magic number. Back on to the stitching. But yeah, if you're lurking and you wanna follow me, awesome, because that would make my day so much brighter. Let's make sure you guys can see, because that's the important bit on this. Nope, a little bit. Nope, that's not what we want. So once I'm working on the other end, I'll have a little bit more freedom to move stuff about. Because with working on this end of the project, I have 90% of it here, hitting my computer and clearing off my desk every time I move it. So that proves to be a little bit of a frustration point. So sometimes I'll look at my phone and my best friend just messaged me. She's like at the grocery store trying to get food. Stupid football game. It's mobbed. But yeah, Super Bowl Sunday. Hooray! I went out. I got string. I have plenty of snacky foods. Gotta say, I hate working towards the bottom of the page. It's hard for you guys to see, but working at the bottom, it's actually worse when I'm not using a hoop. The hoops are not my favorite. They're good for portability. You're not taking out everyone and their mom when you're moving a hoop around. These scroll frames, these scroll rods, especially these ones. These ones are 3 feet long. They take out a lot of things when you try to move them. Almost done another block. I don't have the little one at the very bottom. Like that will be the end for this color. Of course, now the symphony has to go to fortissimo. Oh yes, yes, yes. Let's go quiet when I go quiet. One moment. that was fun and exciting. Random phone calls. I answered it too. Check that out, yo. Yeah, on my break, I did several other things except for the things that I said I was going to do, like advertise my stream and and hydrate. And though what I'm drinking isn't exactly hydration, it worked. All done, another clump of color. Now time to finish out the rest of this page with the color. Let's see if I can actually get my eyes to focus. That is another thing that we need to do. Actually, no. Just need to move the magnifying glass now. Okay, where are we going? Okay. Now here's where I might play thread chicken. I don't think I have enough. Which is unfortunate. Well, actually, no, that's the last thread, so I don't have to pull a new monster piece. Still gonna play thread chicken though, because if I don't have to cut a new piece, I don't want to. But I'm in the new row already. On just the first row of the color block. I think I'm gonna have to break down and do it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Still can't find my scissors, and I'm very upset. I might have to clean my entire desk, and that might trigger a whole bunch of things. My desk needs to be cleaned, absolutely. I don't want anyone to think that my desk is pristine, because it's not. But I just don't really want to have to take it apart to clean it to potentially not find what I'm looking for, which there's a high chance of that.
almost done. Almost done. This color, at least. And there are many, many more colors to work on. So, I need a name for my stream. Feel Good Stitching with Raw is nice and cozy and everything like that, but I need a name. I need a real name. Therapeutic stabbing has come across my brain, but I don't want to disappoint people when they're expecting some sort of, like, more violent thing for therapeutic stabbing, and it's cross-stitching. I don't want to disappoint the fans. Let's see if I can. Keep hitting my microphone, so I'm sorry if you keep hearing weird twinges. The hard part is all the new equipment I have. Well, the new equipment I recruited from my video studio. And the fact that you can't really see it, and I like it that way. But I keep hitting it. Because I have a camera on this camera on this side of me, and then the microphone is right here. So I need to figure something out. I will. It's gonna be awkward, probably loud and clunky. Woo woo. All done. Almost all done. 8:26. 2 hands would work, that would be great. 2. And the last one. Color 826 is complete on this page. I have to mark off all the stitches. .81% is where we are at. An hour and a half in. I am super impressed with that. Super pleased because I'd like to hit 55% today. Now I get to swap out colors. I'm gonna have to move the camera a little bit, but I have color goals. Getting rid of a lot of the big open holes. Not doing a whole lot of confetti. I do have one color I potentially want to tackle today in the buffalo's chin. Whether or not it's with you guys or whether or not it's on my own time, I don't know yet. It's just, we'll see where we're at when we get there. Oh, so I thought of something I want to cover. I want to cover how I store things. I store things in, let's see if I can get it close. I store them in containers like this, and I separate it out by project. Now, these are projects that I had to kit up myself. If I buy a kit, and I have a kit actually that I'm working on. Depending on the age of the kit, I mean, I've been cross-stitching for a quarter of a century. So, some of the kits I have are old because cross-stitch takes a lot of time. And some people don't realize how much time it takes. So when I get gifts of cross-stitch, I love them. I love every gift of cross-stitch. Every gift of cross-stitch I ever get, I love it, and I will do it. But it might not always be soup. So, I'm working on a cross-stitch called Cats by the Dozen. It is on Wildcard Wednesday. It is definitely the most wildcard one because it doesn't have a designated stream day. So the only chance you're going to get to see it is if it gets picked on Wednesday. And the string just kind of comes like this. It is held together by a piece of cardboard that I've numbered all the colors on. And on the chart, it was very well organized, but it all turns into a giant knot. And I have a handy little tool here that when I'm working on a color, let's see if I can. I love them. They're like maybe $10 on Amazon. When I'm working on a color, I just attach it and I keep it away from the giant entanglement that is the rest of the colors. But yeah, that's how I organize things. And for White Buffalo Woman, I have an app called Pattern Keeper. And for those of you cross-stitchers out there, it is for Android only. You get 2 weeks free, and then it is a one-time only $10 charge. I paid it in a heartbeat, and I also bought Thread Stash. I use the pro version of Thread Stash. Love it, no complaints. I know paying for apps isn't something everyone wants to do, but I like to support my crafty tech people. They make my life easier so I can craft more. Okay, let's see. What color are we going to work on to fill in more gaps? It's looking like 796. It's not going to be as gap filling as 826 was, but we're gonna close up a few spaces and then we'll move on to another color. I'm sure I'll get this color done relatively quickly within the stream time. Oops. I might have to visit the craft store again. Well, not today. I definitely have enough to get today out of the line, but I don't think I have a backup for 796, and I still have a little under 3,000 stitches left to go in the entire project. So, while I'm sure I have more than enough for today's usage. It will be an adventure. As I try to thread the needle. Some days it's easy, other days, the thread's gonna be a pain in the ass, and today apparently is a pain in the ass day for my thread. It's okay though, I win. Push comes to shove, I do have a good old-fashioned needle threader, so I don't generally. It's not a battle I generally lose. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna move up a little bit here because tackling a giant hole. Let's see, right there. This one right here is about to get filled in. Might have to move that over a little bit. Let's see. There we go. We'll get this party started. We will answer. I'm really enjoying this Mozart. Okay, so when I'm swapping out threads and I'm looking behind some people, and when I don't have all the equipment looped around it, or for my smaller ones, I lift the frame up. I can easily just flip the frame up and access the back. Unfortunately, with a microphone, a magnifying glass, and a camera in the way, it makes things difficult, and it's just easier for me to tilt my head underneath the scroll frame to get it all set up. So, I haven't lied today. We've worked on 2 shades of blue. Well, we finished 1 shade of blue. We are working on the 2nd shade right now. I have no doubt that the 2nd shade of blue will be done in good time. Mostly because I'm really good at block color. Confetti is what slows most stitchers up. When you have a defined area and you don't have to look at the pattern all the time, things go so much faster. I think I might have to work on a purple or gray after this shade of blue. If I can find a purple or gray that needs to be worked on. I honestly think the rest of this page is just different shades of blue. It's even easier when it's short little bursts, like 4 stitches across. Sometimes, like my next Heaven and Earth design is a beautiful cross stitch called Divine Instinct. It is done by Michelle Phelan. The artwork is, and again, Heaven and Earth Designs created it into a cross stitch chart, and more than 80% of this entire cross stitch is 2 different colors. It is 939, which is a dark blue, almost black, and it is 820, which is it's also a very dark blue. So, once Buffalo Woman gets completed, that one's going up on her rotation. That'll be my big Sunday project, my big project. And I'm really hoping that with you guys' encouragement and support, I can get. In theory, I could get her done this year. COVID hit kind of hard, and 2020 took a lot out of me, and I got quite a bit done in 2021. But I think with support and even cheers in the background, I can make this happen, and
She'll be up on competition for
the local and state fairs for 2023. So satisfying having this white spot be filled in. It's not so bad over in the Buffalo where like he's white. He has a lot of pink and purples in him too. Not so bad over there where it's already light colored, but this hole has bothered me since it was created by working around with other colors. I don't think I have enough high def to explain why I pull stitches sometimes, or why I stitch in a certain direction sometimes, but sometimes when I I'm stitching, I will cause, the best way to describe it is I cause fluff. I pull up the ends of other string, and it kind of fluffs up through the the front. So to do that, I just change directions and I run a thread back down to pull the fluff back down. Are those technical terms? No, not even close. But those are the terms that I use, and those work for me.
So, when I switch a direction on a stitch, it's probably because I have fluff somewhere and I need to just bring it back down back.
Inverting thread chicken. I didn't realize my thread was short. Wasn't paying attention to how short my thread was. And now, I'm just being stubborn. I'm gonna get back to the other side before I run a new piece of string. And I did it! Hooray!
I'm still looking for my scissors. Like, I kid you guys not. They were in my hand. I set them down. And they disappeared. So, my house has a reputation for eating stuff. It ate a remote for 6 years. And while this is why I have multiple, well, that's one of many reasons.
So, I belong to the club of,
If I want to find something, I just go buy a new version of it, and that's when I find the old one.
I have over the years,
I have my good old-fashioned standbys.
if I lose my pair of
Thread scissors, I have a backup pair that I use, and I know exactly where they are, so when the pair that I want magically appears, I can put the backup pair exactly where they belong. This is not a perfect science. It doesn't always work because sometimes the backup pair likes to disappear. And then I find that in a random area when I don't need it. And that's the hardest part, is nothing ever shows up when I actually need it. It's after the fact. And I will find those scissors. I will. I'm very dogged about things like that. But it is a frustration point because I had them in my hands and I set them down.
Almost done filling in the hole. La la la. Got a little knot here.
Knots happen. Let's see. Let's see if I can actually show the knot.
Maybe I can.
Okay. Well, anyway, knots happen.
I just kind of pull them out like that. Most of the time, they're just slip knots. And you just take the time to pull them out and go on your merry way. Sometimes the knots are too bad. I do take moments to just let the needle drop and
let it spin itself out.
Oh, hey, look, it's almost 1 o'clock. So at 1 o'clock, I'm going to take another 5-minute break. Just trying to even and stretch it out and make sure like my wood stove is all set and check my messages.
Because no one's chatting, but I more than welcome people to
DM me if they want. I don't think you have to be my friend. I know on YouTube I block people who just put random spam into the chat, so probably better to DM me. And remember, tomorrow night is Twitch only.
Nothing against YouTube.
Twitch just gives me more fun, and it's a little bit more poppy when I hop on with such a short time span. YouTube gets my 4 hours a week, and Twitch can have my zippy poppy sessions. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we just have an example of a bad knot here, and I don't feel like really going behind the scenes, but it's not as bad as the fabric was making it. It just needed
a little love.
Sometimes it can pull a couple of threads a little tighter than you want them, and you just need to stretch it out a little bit, and it all works out in the end. I definitely want to make sure that I get these 4 lines filled in before I take my short break.
Okay. That that gap is actually filled in. What's that bringing the percentage up to? I gotta paint it on Pattern Keeper. Gotta mark off all the stitches. Okay, so simply with that, 58.84% is what that brings me up to. Now, let's see what we got going on over here. Nope, I actually have to move the chart, which is kind of funny. Okay. There's a little blurb. Let's see if I can actually move. I think I have enough strength for the little blurb. I thought I had enough strength for the little blurb. I was wrong. I was very wrong. But I'm gonna prep up my next round of string and fight with my needle a little bit. You know, good old days. Really? That's how we go? That's how we do, yo? I lost the other half of my string. 2 minutes. Can I do 5 stitches in 2 minutes? I'll do the 5 stitches and take my break because I have to move this. I have to move the needle again. Oh yeah, another fun thing about this particular microphone. Let's see if I can actually do something with it without disrupting my computer. Let's see. I can't hear anything like that, but it does show me that you guys can hear stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of fun because you can have cheering. Yeah, see, I can't hear it on my end, but I can see it in my mixer, so I know my sound card is working. It's a very, very novel thing, but it makes me happy. And once I get longer chords, it'll be easier. Or I rearrange things. Ooh, I can't even see where I'm working. Well, that's gonna be an issue. It's because I moved everything. Them's the rules. Okay, I'm gonna take a short break. I will positively be right back. I've returned. Whew. Had to let the dogs out, so I let the dogs out. Oops. Okay, got those 5 stitches done, which is fantastic and amazing. And now I'm gonna do another block of color, so I gotta move my needle. Gotta move the needle and I gotta move the camera. Okay. Well, it might not be, even the camera might not be so much an issue. Let's soften it a little bit. Okay, because again, bottom of the page, we're working in right here. Filling in the gaps, because that's where we're at. And I gotta fight with the magnifying glass, because again, it's the bottom of the page. Okay, so this one's almost. This is like the reverse of filling in a gap. That's because I know down to a certain point. I gotta double check that point. Down to a certain point, it's just right across. Like you just go from one end to the other, filling in the gaps. But after that, like this actually, at the bottom is where I have to pay attention to where other colors will be going. Oh yeah, so if any of you watching follow my TikTok, I never cleaned the Doom box. I got distracted. For those of you who don't follow my TikTok and are just kind of wandering wandering over because you're like, oh hey, Sarah's actually kind of being chatty. So, Doom boxes are essentially where people put things and hope that they never come back.
Now, with individuals that have ADHD, doom boxes are quite common because I'm super guilty of this. And that's why I have to try. That's why I try to stay clean and organized. I don't always succeed. So it is quite common, and I was just talking about it with my pairs of scissors that I have. To buy something, lose it, buy another thing, find the thing that you forgot or lost, and then put it in a box, and then forget that the box exists. A lot. I have my doom boxes are just kind of miscellaneous junk. Like when I start cleaning my craft room, I have a box of photos. The photos haven't changed. I've scanned most of the photos in, but every time I find that box of pictures, I have to look through it. That's a different kind of doom box, but that's the general idea. Junk drawers are another example of doom boxes. All three of my desk drawers are. Well, one of them is relatively organized, because that's where I keep all my medications and whatnot, but the other two aren't. And I absolutely know how to organize my drawers. Like at work, you would never suspect that I am a disorganized, messy person. But at home, I just kind of let it go because I need to. But yeah, I never cleaned my doom box. I'm kind of okay with that. Because it would have led to cleaning that entire room, which, well, it needs to be done. Well, it needs to be done. I don't want to do it right now. I've rearranged and done a lot in that room over the past couple years, so. I want to welcome anyone who might be lurking on my page. I say this several times throughout my stream. My counters don't work. I use OBS, the good old school OBS, and Restreams, because I am streaming both on Twitch and on YouTube. And the counters don't work properly. So if you're watching and you're lurking, welcome. I welcome lurkers. If you want to say anything, feel free. My chat does in fact work. I test it weekly. So I will see it. I just can't promise when I'll see it, because when I'm looking at my project, I don't always look up and back to see a chat. But if I do, I look up when I have time. But yeah, I will totally interact with people. Talking to myself does get boring. That's why there are moments of silence. But well, I'm gonna have to up my string. It's getting short. See how well I can get you guys to see this without taking out my entire desk. Because, yeah, the scroll frame this is sitting on is 3 feet across. After these chunks of color, it's a long single file line down the side that you can't see right now because it's out of camera range. Next color we're working on is I think it's a purple because I wanna get the buffalo face done. Like I wanna get it. In all fairness, I wanna get it down so all I have left is the dreaded filament. And I don't know if I'm ready for you guys to watch me work on filament yet because I curse a lot, and filament's just it's not safe for outside enjoyment. Oh. Really? That kind of sucked. I didn't actually thread the needle, which is frustrating. It's either that or I didn't actually finish tying the knot and it just slipped out, which is more likely what happened. Here we go. Oh, and I have a fluff, so that's gonna be something I'm gonna try to yoink back down into control. They're always so weird. It's like, okay, well, you didn't seem to feel the need to show up when I wanted you. Oops. Not. The 726 is 796 is being. It was 826 this morning. This is 796. This particular skein of thread is just being a jerk face. It's knotting and it's getting all twisty, and I know people don't whine about string a lot, but when I know cross stitch people do, because when you're working with string that is just not behaving, it can make for a very long day. Okay. Two more rows of solid. And I actually have to start paying attention. But I'm almost done this chunk of color, so it won't be too long of paying attention. Sorry, I'm focused. It is switched on. Okay. Now I gotta start paying attention. Okay. And a lot of the color work within these is so very fine that you don't really notice it as you're working on it. When you start, like when I you guys are essentially seeing what I'm seeing. I have a magnifying glass, so it's a little bit more in there. But I look at this and I am in its business all the time, so I don't actually get to see like the extent of the subtlety of the shading and whatnot until it is all done and I have had a chance to back up and look and admire. The monthly rollouts that I post on my Patreon, which I suggest you go check out. The monthly rollout is my opportunity to have her in a picture and just to look at her. Okay. I have 4 lines left. Well, 4 lines in this block of color, I should say. And I gotta go up and move the camera again. Ooh, I think I'll even get to end this piece of string, which is super nice. I don't like having to start an old piece of string in a new section. I do it, but I don't like it. Okay. Where does that one need to be? Ta-da! Okay. We filled in quite a bit of white today.
and I'm digging it. That brought us up to 54.88. Okay, now I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, see what my battle plan is. Okay. This isn't part of the messed up area, but we got this. My foot is just. It's the top of my foot. Luckily, I have a slipper on, so I can. And I hurt, so leaning down to scratch the top of my foot is not something that's in my cards today. I might have to get a tool to make it stop. It's gonna drive me batty. My hands are occupied. Oh, okay. This is one of the things that's hard to understand. Most people would be like, well, why don't you just put down what you're doing? Well, I'm not most people, first of all. But, so I itched the top of that one and got the itch to go away, migrated to my other foot. So we're gonna ignore it, see if I can do that. Oh yeah, so now that my cameras are all back and up and running, Wrong Way Theater will be going up again at some point. I live on a one-way road, and cars like to drive the wrong way, and it's sometimes funny. Most of the time, it just proves why I look both ways on a one-way street. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Pardon, you guys are gonna go on a zoom me out ride, a zoom me back in ride, so I can get you guys where you need to be. Yo. Oh my goodness. Let's see. You guys can see it. I can see it. Life is good. La, 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 la. One stitch, yeah! I've already lost my spot. I always try to start stitching at the highest point of the color and work my way down. Now, that's not always possible. In Bliss Fairy tomorrow, you will see that I am, I started in the middle because the only cross stitches I trust to start XYZ spaces from, like, for example, Buffalo Woman is 3 inches. You could measure this little, you can't even see it. Yeah, from that way, you could measure it and it is 3 inches. Or so, maybe a little bit more. But with non-full coverage, and even with kits, I start from the center because, and especially with kits, I start from the center and make sure that everything is going in the right direction and whatnot, because they only give you so much fabric. Now,
it's been almost 3 years. Well, 2.5 years. So I don't remember. I think I bought fabric that is too tall for Buffalo Woman, so she will have a bigger beneath space than the 3 inches I accounted for. And I definitely know with Bliss Fairy, I shiny things. I had more fabric than I needed. But with her, I still started in the center. I'm working my way up so that I can work my way down with all the other colors. I'll pick, and in Bliss Fairy's example, her skin tone. I'm working up on her, right now on her chin, well, not her chin, like her neck area. And I'll work up to the top of her forehead. Hopefully I'll get that done tomorrow so that I can start working on her colors and her detail. Now, Bliss Fairy also has beads and backstitching. Anything from Heaven and Earth Designs does not have that, and I love them for it. I like the beauty that beads and backstitching bring to a project, but at the same time, I am not heartbroken that I don't have to do them on a cross stitch with 206,000 stitches. This is a super weird kinda fill in the blank spot, but at the same time, not really. Because in the saga of Buffalo Woman, I messed up. I made a pretty impressive error. I've covered it up, not without talking about it. But the last 2 pages and this partial page that I'm actually on right now, I think I'm off by. Well, I know I'm off in one direction by 3 stitches, and I'm off in another direction by, on one page it was 3 rows, and on certain areas of the page I'm on, it's 1, and in other areas it's 2. But I'm fortunate enough to have enough background, like all of this background. 1 or 2 missing stitches isn't gonna cry. No one's gonna cry over it. No one's really even gonna notice it, to be completely honest. And horseshoes and hand grenades is a lie when it comes to almost. You don't have to be perfect in doing this. And anyone watching going, oh my goodness, I could never do this, you can. I have faith. And if my brain would work, that'd be fantastic. Where are we at, yo? Okay. I'm almost done this weird little doobie-doo part. So I have like every single key part of songs from Encanto stuck in my head. So it's making for an interesting day.
I might break out into random song later. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. Okay, so there's that. Okay. Oh, I missed a whole block there, huh? Oh, no. Apparently, it just glitched. Hate that. One of the things Pattern Keeper does that is something I gotta get used to is it will say you didn't actually do something when you did, and then you click on it to select it to check off that you did it, and it's like, oh yeah, just kidding, you did this. I'm trying to decide if I want to hop or cut and go. Cut and go. All a row of single X's, but it's all spaced out, so it's kind of like hybrid confetti. Or it's not super difficult. Let's see if I'm catching it on camera here. Let me secure this secure this X before I start fussing around with my camera. You know what? There's that. Yeah, it's hybrid confetti, so I can like, okay, 3 down is what I'm working on right now. Then I'll look at the pattern again and go, okay, well, that's the next step. And it's annoying. It's worth it, but it's annoying.
good part is it goes pretty fast. Switch out my string once I've done this. Because I'm running low and I'm about to make a leap. Okay. And I have to move the camera a little bit. Oh, we've gotten down there. Gotten there. I'm gonna have to see if I can stretch to get to a part. Let's see, what part do I need to go to? That part. Okay. Wasn't a huge stretch. Oh my goodness. Cement block. This has been a very quiet Sunday. Generally, Sundays are my busy stream. Kind of makes me sad, Panda, but especially since I was so chatty today. And I got lots done. Like, guys, we're a 1/10% from 55, so that is a little over 200 stitches, and I will totally be getting that in the next hour. Okey-doke. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this color done in the next 15 minutes. So that while I'm on my short little 5-minute break, I can get the next color ready. There we go. Let's see. Whew. I think we're moving into the less I have to pay attention area of this. Woohoo! We are. I think what I just did was the last bit of woohoo! That's kind of awesome, at least for a little bit here. It's just following my heart and going down the pike. I realized you guys might not have been able to see any of that. There we go. I'm just working on it's a very I'm just filling in the white hole. It adds the blending. Which you wouldn't think you could accomplish with string, but you totally can.
Can't blend makeup worth my life. I can totally blend string.
There's hope for me yet.
Part of the reason I glow in the dark is
I don't actually wear a whole lot of makeup. And when I say I don't actually wear a whole lot of makeup, read none. Yeah.
I don't. I don't have the time for it.
Let's see.
I'm getting close to the bottom of the page here. I'm gonna check that off. I'm gonna move my little cursor thing here.
I have a 3 count, and then I have to end and move my string to do the rest for the bottom of the page. And then this color will be all done.
I don't know if this color was on my...
No, I don't think this color was on my list of things to do. Colors to work on. Let's see.
I don't even know where that is. Oh my goodness, is it over here? Probably.
Did I find my scissors?
Oh my god, no, I didn't. Didn't find my scissors, but I found my list, and neither of the 2 colors I've worked on today were on my list to display today, but I guess,
well, that's what happens when you lose your list and you're more distracted. You have other colors you want to do.
Ooh, excuse me. Okay. So I have about 8 stitches left. Let's see, is it a... That's not a huge jump, so I'm
just gonna jump it down. And I'm gonna move the camera so you can see it. At the very bottom of the page.
I think this is why I didn't
put this color on the list. Well, yeah, it had some great blocks involved. There was a whole bunch of this narrow 1-stitch stuff that it does create. For me, it's very satisfying because it closes up gaps. Like I'm not noticing the little white spots anymore in the work, but it's it's not as satisfying as the big block color that gets the work done, yo. Okay, where's... Okay, so there's that, and there's that. And then we leave that one free, so there's a stitch there. Ooh, I might not even have to get a new piece of string. Oh my goodness, that makes me so happy. That's the weird things in life. The weird things, folks. It's the weird things. Wow. I won't. Okay. Working on the last two of this color, and then I'm going to take a short break because I can't believe it. No, oh, I still have 5 minutes, so you're going to... I still can't believe it's already been an hour. Like, you guys, I feel you. I feel you, and I sense the lurkers. I have a spidey sense about the lurkers. And I appreciate you. Okay, that is it for this color, and I love when I get to do this, like, it's just the bobbin, and I get to put it back, because I'm not gonna be pulling any string off, and I don't have any extra. At least I don't think I have, no, I don't have any extra. So I get to put it back in all neat and tidy. Now, sorry, random car. Oh my goodness. Let's see, 796 is back in the box. So I'm going to mark those off. And I'm actually going to pick a color that was on the list of things to do. On the list of colors to do. No, I need to take that one off. We are going to go to, I think it's 3747, which is a purple, which is a nice break for me. And it gives a little bit, and it fills in a good chunk of the buffalo. A little bit of confetti work. You guys are going to have to work with me. But, yeah, it's, well, it's gray-white. But it's not a dark blue color, which is what I've been working with, like, all day. So, the buffalo will have most of his face by the end of this stream. So, that's one thing for him. And then I won't have the buffalo anymore, which I love him. I love the effect that he has. 90% of the buffalo was filament, so him and I are not the best stitchy friends, because as beautiful and sparkly as filament is, it's awful. Any crafter who has worked with any sort of metallic thread, whether it be yarn or embroidery floss, or, I mean, I guess for a seamstress, any kind of stretchy fabric, that the filament is the stretchy fabric of the string world. Okay, 3747. Okay, it's kind of a gray color. Is this a color that I needed to grab today that I didn't? There's a good chance of that. And I will cry. Doo-be-doo. Maybe.
That kind of makes me cry. Maybe I have some upstairs. Yeah, if I have enough for the page, but I do not have enough for 2,000 stitches later on down the road. So let's see if I have it in my Thread Stash. Is an amazing app for those of you who work with string, because I have, let's see, it keeps track of most of the popular brands. I currently, I have all, because people are like, hey, string, Sarah. But I have in my thread box, I have DMC, I have JP Coates, 37, 47. I went past it. And I don't have it. That makes me sad, Panda, because I thought I wrote it down. Oh well. I'll have to find my list again. But so Thread Stash allows for me to, instead of going upstairs and looking through all of my string, I can just pick up my phone and look at it. Yes, I do have to keep inventory and I have to keep track of everything, but in the long run, the 5 minutes to keep track of stuff is so much better than the having to dump it out on the table and look for it. 37, 47. We will get where we can get on that with that today, but that does make me upset. That upsets me just a little bit. What's the other color I wanted to work on my list? I really want to get the buffalo face done, so I'm gonna push what I have. But 3842 was the other color I wanted to work on. 3842. Oh, that was, yeah, that's another shade of blue. So I'm gonna. That's not that great actually. That won't take any time at all. So we're gonna see where we're gonna get. It's gonna be adventures. So I'll be back in 5 minutes to see where we can get with my limited amount of 3747. Like I have 2,000 stitches left to do. Not all 2,000 are on this page, but I only have this much left. We will see in 5 minutes.
I've come back. This time I actually even kind of prepared. I moved the camera a little bit. Well, let me see if I can. So, color we're working on is filling in a good chunk of buffalo here. As you can see, well, we've been working on a lot of the fog and the mist and whatnot, which is, it's not quite as blended. You can see that the buffalo has a lot of different colors in him. Up close, it's not as impressive. Like, up close, I question every stitch that I have done. Because up close, and when you're in its face, you can see. You can see the different shades of blue. You can see that weird, like, from up close, this is my favorite shade of blue, this electric blue. My favorite to work with because it is so vibrant. I might actually need to sit after this and clean the lenses of my cameras because it doesn't, and cameras also don't show the vibrancy of it. But from up close, it doesn't look like it makes sense. But from far away, it kind of looks like there's just a little bit of fog, and he has just a little bit of a smirk on his face because he knows what he did. He knows what he caused. Last night, I was actually talking about this in the Squirrel Station Discord. If you are a neurodivergent and you are watching this, Squirrel Station, hang out there. I lurk. If you call my name, like @RawCreatureMe, you will get my attention. I'm sound activated, and we can chat. If you're not on Squirrel Station and you are neurodivergent, totally suggest it. There are There are people from every walk of life. There is every kind of station, interest, person you want to talk to. Like, I feel it has helped a lot, in addition to having this stream and talking and going to therapy and working on some of my big boulders. Squirrel Station has helped a lot. And the founder, I don't actually know his real name. Spaz, Squirrel Dad. I know his daughter's name, Jasa, but for him, I don't actually know his real name. So, I give a lot of credit for him. And through him, I have run into a lot of great influencers and content creators that I really look up to. And, well, I hope to be that person for someone. I hope to be someone's lollipop moment. I am just happy if I can make one person smile. And that is the honest truth. If I can help one person today, that's good enough for me. It's not, I'm not saving the masses. I'm saving you. One person at a time. Now, it could be many people that have a smile on their face. But I have succeeded even if I just have one smile. And that's a nice way to go through life. It doesn't cause me anxiety to hope that I can get one person to smile, because if I'm going through a day and I don't feel like I've gotten anyone to smile, I can just go to a restaurant or a fast food place, and I can say mildly inappropriate things that relate to retail or fast food work, and they'll get it, and they'll smile, and they'll laugh, and that's a cheap way to end my day. But I went to Job Lots once, and it had been a tense situation. The customer before me, and of course, I'm polite. I waited till the person left, and then I made an off-color comment, and both the cashiers in earshot were just dying. And that made me feel good, because it was like 3 days before Christmas, everyone was tense, and I was like, no, there's no reason to be tense. Relax, man, you're too tense. Anyone who gets that joke, I love you. But back to seeing how long the color that I don't have lasts. kind of gotten used to having the microphone in my face, but oh. That awkward moment. Okay, so I use a stylus pen for my phone to mark off stitches. And that awkward moment where you forget to put your blinky thing back in. Luckily, I'm not too aggressive with my phone. I just gently tap it, and I was like, "Oh crap! Marks on my page." Let's see. Where am I? One thing. Yeah, this is the area where I need when I swap out colors. This is the area where I leave a half stitch because I can't find where I am. And I should have done that a moment ago, but at the same time, all I have to do is pull on my string to see where it tenses up so I can see what's going on. That wasn't a floof, I just messed up. I miscounted. So, I'm going to cause some controversy on my stream that no one is watching. So it doesn't matter. I'm super excited for the halftime show this year. Super excited. But hottest halftime show, in my opinion, Shakira and J-Lo. Oh my god. And I like guys. I like to look at women. I have no physical attraction to women, but I can admire a nice form here and there. That and women are better to look at. Let's face it, guys and ladies, and those who are above and better than us all. In all honesty, everyone like the yeah. I just like the female. The female form is definitely more interesting. I'll leave it at that. But that's my controversy. That is my controversy for the day. Dun dun dun. I'm kind of hoping someone lurks in chat and says something about it. That would be hilarious. The one thing that brings out the lurkers. Even to agree with me. Like, you don't have... You can disagree. Like, I know people disagree. But am I wrong, though? Think about it. Deep thoughts. I don't know what I was doing. Oh, cross-stitching. Huh! I mean... oh... I don't like working with the lighter colors. It's hard on my eyes. But I need to get it done, and I want to hit 55%, and I'm almost there. I'm at 0.92, 54.92. We can work this magic. We can get it done. And I think I've fixed all the annoying counting issues. Maybe not all of them, but I'm hoping that a good chunk of them have been fixed by myself in my compensation in other areas. Oh, there's 2 stitches there. Hooray! Is that one? Is that supposed to be empty? Is it supposed to be filled? Empty. I'm working into an area that is one of my many mistake points. Like, how to describe a mistake in cross stitch that you don't catch and that you just try to work around. Most of them are counting errors. But sometimes you don't notice them until you're like 20 stitches away and then you're just off by 1. For me, I subtract 1 and just keep going on in my life. That took a lot of work. Like, I used to pull stitches like nobody's business. But I'm doing this for fun. I have never, ever had someone complain about my work, except for my mother, and that's a whole nother, and she didn't really complain. She just likes to point out all of my mistakes, and that's a whole nother therapy session. But I don't sweat the small stuff, as it were. Because they're all beautiful. It's a lot of work that goes into these. If you ever get one from a friend or a family member, even the ones that are smaller and just are cute little snarky words, which I have several of those. And when I get my gifts done this year, I'm going to invest in doing a few of them for giveaways. I have I cross stitch so I don't kill people. That's for me. I have I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong. That's a fun one. I also have a few more politically aimed ones that make me giggle. I have one that says, "Am I a nice? Am I let's see. Am I a good person? No. Do I do this? Also no." And I've made quite a few. I give them out to friends and family. I have one that's no pants. No pants. Home is where no pants is. Yes, I've made that one a couple of times for gifts. So like those are the kinds of things that if you hop on my Patreon and you spend the big bucks, those are the kinds of things you might be able to get. My brain wandered off. It's nothing against you guys. I'm just trying to figure out where I am and in my pattern with all the white and whatnot. And skip 1 and to the end. also awkward bit is just trying to, because it's everywhere. I'm just trying to. Oh, this is gonna make me cry a little bit. Oh, one of the areas where I messed up horribly, and I have to do extra stitches. I'm also gonna have to change out my string here in a second. But after I get halves done on this one, I'll switch it out. And for people who know me, if you happen to watch this and you're this far in, I did talk a lot this stream. There wasn't a whole lot of quiet this stream, so maybe it'll attract more people to watch and listen to. This is my weekend update. Like anyone who wants to know what's going on in my life, or what just is running through my brain and how I am overall. This is weekend update. Like if you want to know, this is where you go to find out. Let's see, is that just one strand or is that two strands? That's just one. But if you could tell me how the audio is, if anyone actually could just tell me how the talking audio in balance with the music, because I wish I could say that I have a perfect balance going on. But right now, I haven't quite gotten it totally balanced out. I think I might have to set up a suppression or a noise limit for the music. But I'm trying to work it out as nicely as possible. And if I run out of 3747 before this page is done, I will be going out and getting more, because this color getting finished on this page is contingent on me finishing the page. Might go to another craft store, see if they have the color that I don't have, though. I'm very fortunate to have like 3 or 4 different craft stores in my 15-minute range. Not that I really like driving, but or going into stores, or dealing with people. Like, I like none of those things. And I could Instacart it, which within itself is hilarious. But I've gotten lazy enough over the course of this pandemic, so there will be not Instacarting. Finish up this hot mess, and then cut and move over and work my way down a little bit better, because I think this section concludes all of my fuck-ups on this page. And filling it in. No, actually it doesn't. there's a spot at the bottom that's going to get a little extra loving. But luckily enough, it's a filler color. So unless you are following the pattern, you will never know how badly I messed up. And I don't even have the words to describe how badly I messed up. Just, it's a mistake. It's in there. No one's going to see. Nobody's going to know. I know, it's really hard to see the white colors, too. Like, I'm just doing... I am actually filling spaces in. It's easier to see when it's surrounded by darker colors. But I really am actually making progress. Okay, let's see. I just gotta find... There's that. That is a whole bunch of awkward, but that's what we do here. It's awkward. Yep. I got it right, even though I thought I got it wrong. All super weird because I counted wrong 50 million miles ago. But I'll figure it out. Because I'm awesome. Oh jeez. Let's see. How many people have I offended so far? Fortunately, no one was offended. Just lots of people messaging me. And, yeah. I'll answer them eventually. um, It's time for my phone to harass me about Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know why I picked this color. None of you guys can see it real well, but I'm gonna work on it because I want it off. I want it off my plate. At least with the filament, you guys will be able to see it sparkling because on video it gets caught real well. I feel like I finally found the perfect position for people to see. I don't want to... It's just that little bit left. Yeah, this color is a white gray green. I have half an hour. We have 0.06 to go to hit 55%. Super pumped about it. We can do it. You and me, pity Discord. Okay. I'm almost done his face area. Well, at least the big blob in his face area. Then I have a little bit of side work to do. And then two globs that are bright, shiny objects. No, we're not sacrificing anything to a knot. I cannot sacrifice any thread to a knot. Not for now.
filling in the buffalo face. So close to the end of this block of color. And sometimes when I miss a spot because it's just out of the way on that particular row, I'll wait till the next row and I'll just move up and I'll catch it then. I don't like to waste string when I don't have to.
so close. It's so painful. It's so close to being done. Thread chicken. Let's see how far I can get. I need like thread chicken theme music. Okay. Barely any thread to pull off. That was a good game of thread chicken. Trying not to get too horribly excited like that. I'm super close. I hate working white on white. Or black on black. Like, the same color of the fabric and the thread color is one of the reasons I need the bright light and the magnifying glass. So I'm trying to... Okay, let's fix my oopsie doopsies. Okay, so there was that. So that one was just 2. Let's mark that off the... Okay, and this one is actually a solid until I get to that dip-a-doo.
Let me investigate here.
Okay, dip-a-doo is not something we need to do separate. Sometimes when you have like a huge drop like this, and the color, like you're just doing down here for the color, it's just sometimes worth it while you're over there to fill in the gap. It doesn't like make the world a better place or anything like that, but it does save you a little bit of reaching with your string. And especially since I'm on a I don't know if I have enough string for this particular section area. It's gonna be fun and exciting. I'll try to post a clip. I will make an attempt to post a clip if if I survive this page, because I am gonna stop stitching here for a bit, and I'm definitely hitting 55%. One way or the other, today I'm hitting 55%. I'm sorry that we didn't get to hit that goal together, but we got damn close. Let's see. I'm gonna... Oops. Well, I'm gonna pull that, because that one actually didn't get done. Yeah, we're at 0.96. So super close. No, I'm not stopping just yet. I'll stop at 5 off because all kinds of OCD bells are ringing. Or at least after this line. After this line, I can be a happy person. And I'll talk about it after I'm done doing it. Okay. So, me and my little lizard brain looked down and saw that I was at 595 stitches of work with you guys today. I was like, no, we can do 600. So that's how many we did today, 600. And we got to 54.97%. Once I turn the stream off, I am going to continue stitching. I'll hit 55%. And I'm gonna send, I'll post I don't know how I'll do it. I'll figure something out in order to get a little clip up, about if I got that far. So, well, I will see everyone tomorrow from 8 to 10. Bliss Fairy is on the plate. She is a beautiful, beautiful creation. She is a stream exclusive. I do not work on her off the stream. You guys only get to... oh! Lurking at 10 minutes before I wander off. That kind of makes me sad, Panda. But yeah, Bliss Fairy, stream exclusive. I do not touch her off stream. She is a gift from my Nana, and I want everyone to be able to see that process with me. Wednesday is my lap quilt. It's kind of sit back, chill, and chat night, because I don't need all the magnifying glasses. I don't need too much. Like, I really like working on the lap quilt. And the mystery day is Wednesday. Wednesday is a wild card Wednesday. I have 4 projects behind me. Well, 1 beside me, 1 upstairs, and 2 behind me not being worked on. And whichever tiny app's picked, that is the one that I will be working on Wednesday. And all these are Twitch only, not YouTube. And they are from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And if anyone has any suggestions for different time frames, I'm open for them, but it just seems to be the quietest time and easiest time for me to kind of roll these through. So, I hope everyone has a fantastic afternoon and enjoys the foosball game, whether it be for the foosball itself, for the commercials, for the halftime show, which I think is going to be fantastic. I really hope the crew doesn't disappoint me. And I will be posting an update to see if I had to go to the store to get 3747 to finish up the page. I don't think I will, and but I definitely need that color before the next time I have to take it out. Remember, it costs nothing to be kind, and karma pays back threefold. So, be kind. Love y'all. Talk to you later.